Hola, hola, ¿cómo estás? ¿Te gusta Quiet así? ¿O así? ¿Cómo está la transmisión? ¿Muy lenta? Tenemos un, tenemos un nuevo abrazo en este tiempo que no estás. Brazo explosivo. Hablamos en la transcripción. Prótesis a control remoto personalizada Snake. La mano con cámara equipada se puede activar para que se separe y hiera enemigos a distancia. O sea, funciona igual que el otro, pero en el momento del impacto explota. En vez de noquear al enemigo, lo mata. Pero vámonos con algo más amigable. El brazo que es mucho más divertido, según mi opinión. Vamos a modificar esto. E iniciemos la Imagino que no te acuerdas en lo que quedamos, ¿verdad? Lo último que vimos, que fue hace harto tiempo en realidad ya, fue que los niños en la base se habían escapado, ¿te acordáis? Y leímos pedir unos cassettes que Ellie estaba, estaba detrás del escape de estos niños, que según él los ayudó a escapar porque se sentían como aprisionados y ellos podían decidir en el campo de batalla. Estoy muy mal de la garganta. Estoy muy bien. Entonces ahora lo que tenemos que hacer es rescatar a los Bocatos. O sea, no rescatarlos, pero darle vuelta a Marvel. Justamente los padres. Mejor. ¿Qué punto? Acá hay lobitos. Hay que tener cuidado. Qué bueno que te acuerdes. Así que en Afganistán hay 3 niños. Vamos a hacer el recorrido uno a uno. Primero se encuentra acá. O sea, no sé dónde, pero por ahí.
According to the intel team, the escaped kids should be around here. Locate and secure them.
Ahí está el Broca Coach. En este tiempo que yo seguía jugando, ya terminé todas estas misiones de como las de misiones propiamente tal, de Cyrops o despliegue de combate en realidad, y dieron un trofeo porque ese es tu avatar. ¿Te acordáis que tú elegiste este avatar? Era el pollito. Yo te había puesto, un tigre, te había puesto. A ti te parecía mejor el pollito. Entonces, ¿te acordás que antes aparecía como un monito en blanco? Porque no tenía ya avatar. ¿No te gusta el pollito? Hasta que me costó hacer esa wea. Pollito.
Hands up.
Oye, cuando se hace lo difícil. Pasar con cuidado por acá para no cagarla, no caerse y morir. Este es el primer niño. Creo que acá no escucha nadie. Vamos a llevarlo en paz sin generar alboroto.
Okay, subject is in.
Vamos al siguiente. Y vamos a tomar un pequeño tajo, como de costumbre. Primero vamos a tirar a Quiet. Tenemos que ir... ¿Dónde tenemos que ir? Acá. Nos vamos por encomienda acá para hacer todo el recorrido de una.
According to the intel team, the escaped kids should be around here. Locate and secure them.
Que Quiet marque un par de enemigos antes de tirarse uno, tirarlo en contra en realidad, para no cagarla. Aprovechemos tirar un despliegue de misión por mientras nos marca. Y saquemos las recompensas de la última. Qué bueno, no hay nadie. ¿Qué onda? Ahí están todos. Ya sé lo que pasó. Están como los soldados como poseídos, como cuando se ponen a niebla, están como títeres. Y no hay nadie, el lugar está vacío. Está lleno de zombies. Están como todos por así decirlo. ¿Ves? Están como... Sí, están como loquitos. Están como el Chepito, con hambre. Cuando abrí una lata de atún, así están. Au. Una buen animal. El Chepito con hambre. El Yogato estaba ahí como escondido. Puras caquitas. Ningún buen día para ser rescatado. Ahí está el Kurokakoshi. Claro. Exactamente así estaban los soldados. Como el Chihiro cuando tú abrís el atún para hacer la tortilla.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Estos deben ser ratitas. Pero hay unos diamantes, sí. No me equivoco. Queda un niño. Queda un Yokakoshi. Au. Uno de los diamantes están aquí. Creo que por acá hay un otro diamante, si no me equivoco. Acá. ¿Está temblando? No es mi idea. Está temblando, ¿verdad? Pero muy poquito, ¿no? Como que ya paró. ¿O no? Está temblando, ¿no? Ya pensé que estaba loco. Pero fue como despacito, pero como que duró harto, qué raro. Nos dio en cassettes. Bueno, ahí lo escuchamos camino al último parte, que es la única parte que no tiene lugar directo porque está en la mitad de la nada. Entonces tenemos que llegar con un término intermedio. Sí, pensé que la fiebre me tenía loco. Tenemos que llegar a un punto intermedio y de ahí nos vamos para acá. No sé qué lugar sería mejor. Este o este. Yo creo que este. Qué un feo me casco el cielo. Por zap. ¿Te gusta? Lo encontré como tierniwi. Chao. Chao con los juegos. Pero acá hay un vehículo, siempre hay un vehículo. Acá está. ¿No puede hacer llover acá? Escuchamos los cassettes.
Children's section of the living quarters. As you know, weapons are strictly off limits. We've got some rule breakers. The weapons we found were handmade. Blades ground out of knives and forks, a couple of bow guns built out of scrap, and explosives made using detergents. And get this, the explosives were tightly packed with nails. The kids put the blame on, you guessed it, Eli. I guess that's what he meant by consequences.
I questioned him about it. This time he claimed they want to be put out on missions. Send us to the battlefield, he says.
Miller, enough is enough. You've protected him too much already. It's my turn to question him.
Protected?
What Eli's doing is issuing a threat. Comply with my demands or I'll respond with force. But it'll be war at this rate. Forks and soap aren't gonna kill us, but some of them will end up dead. Is that what you want? Now, I hate to say it, but they want to be on the battlefield. It's time you gave up this fantasy.
Eli, he said they'd rise up against us if we bring the last kid back.
There, you see? Ignore his demands. Don't let him return to quarters. That attitude is contagious. We'd lose control over them for good.
For the time being, we've confiscated those handmade weapons. We're bumping up security and the number of psychiatric counselors. As for Eli,
he needs some very special care.
You mean solitary?
Well, we can't leave him in contact with the other kids. If you won't do it, I will. Boss, keep working on extracting those kids.
Yo la puedo esa táctica infalible. Está hablando, no escuchaste, me dice Eli, perdón, está hablando Ocelot con Joshua Miller, están hablando, encontraron una serie de armas hechas por los niños, armas con cuchillos, bombas con clavos y cosas por el estilo. Y está la pugna entre Kazuhira y Ocelot, entre tirarlos como de vuelta como al campo de batalla, ¿no? Ahora viene voluntad de los niños soldados y el objetivo de Eli.
The kids you brought back to base have laid out the situation. They all escaped to each of their home villages, or were trying to get home and lost their way. Not that homesickness is gonna explain everything we've seen.
each of their home villages. They were trying to raise troops for the rebellion.
You really think these kids have an armed uprising in them?
You read the report of the security team member who had a rock thrown at him. There'll be a riot if we don't do something. And Miller, this is because you didn't act fast enough.
Fine. I'll admit you were right this time.
Seal off the kids' quarters from outside contact before it's too late.
All right.
Eli said his rebellion would start when the last kid is brought back, right? You better be ready to meet him head on if it really happens.
Yeah.
Ahí está el último
You
niño.
should have left it to me in the first place.
Peleando Ocelot con Kazuki Ramírez. ¿Se escuchaba como enojado Ocelot?
Boss, they're just kids. We have a responsibility to see that those kids...
According to the intel team, the escaped kids should be around here. Locate and secure them.
I hate kids. That's exactly what I heard from the people who raised me. People who abandoned me, more like. That's the spark that kept me going, you know? I wanted to show those adults what I was made of. Wanted to get back at them one day. But before I knew it, I was all grown up. Never saw it coming. All of a sudden, people treated me as an adult. Some adult I turned out to be. But I feel like if my life had been different, if the adults I knew had been different, I could have grown up better. Yeah, that's it, all right. I wanted to use those kids to test that theory. That's all this was. From their point of view, I'm no different from the assholes who gave me a hard time. When this is all blown over, I'll talk it out with them. If that's still possible. Boss, there are still kids out there. Bring them back safe.
Boss, it's me. Eli's revealed what he wants. He wants to speak with you. With Big Boss. He just said, bring my father here. Eli's too smart for his own good. No way to tell what he's thinking. All we know for sure is his men are important to him. That means we can use the escaped kids as leverage in any negotiation. Once you've brought the last one back, I'll interrogate him. If the kids do rise up, we'll meet them full force. End of story. I didn't want things to turn out like this. We could have prevented it, but it's too late now. If Eli means to take this all the way, he's gonna force us to do the same. Boss, go get that last kid.
Ya tenemos el último niño. Así que vamos a rescatarlo y veremos qué pasa. Yeah.
Boss, I've updated the mission list. We received a new job offer. The details are on your iDroid.
Ahora podemos ver qué pasa en Marvel, pero antes... tenemos aquí...
This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ. This is B-Quad. Have arrived at LZ. We'll stand by.
No sé si se puede notar, pero está un poco cambiado. Porque está mejor armado y mejor protegido. Protegido al enemigo. Eso puede recibir mucha fuerza.
Gaining altitude.
Vamos a ver qué pasa. Hola, Juan.
Departing.
Sí, son los Brokakoshi, listo. Con eso nos actualizaron la lista de misiones. Mientras pasó este tiempo me dediqué a sacar todas las misiones en rango S y terminar todas las tasks. Así que todo esto está completamente bueno, listo, check, máximo nivel y todas las weas hechas. Guerra sin fin. Elimina la columna blindada de FPA. Se reúnen al norte del aeropuerto de Nova Braga. La columna lleva vehículos de guerra a gran escala. Creo que esta misión es súper complicada porque parece un caleta de tanque y toda esa wea. Vaya nomás con toda tranquilidad. Yo por mientras voy a preparar la misión. Muy bien, no hay ningún problema. Me da risa que tú debes sustituir a
Your job is to wipe them out. Listen to the tape for the contract details. Just be aware that the column's commander served with 5 Commando and later made a name for himself in South Africa's 32 Battalion. He's a hardy veteran, so don't take him lightly. Boss, I have a report from the intel team. The targets are now on the move. I've sent their predicted route to your iDroid. Check your map. You gotta extract him. He's coming too. Roger that.
Lo que me da risa es que tus comentarios como voy a hacer aquí vuelvo van a quedar como para la posteridad, por así decirlo, y eso me da un poco de risa. Estoy dejando puras trampas para los oscuros. 900. Bueno, todavía el primero.
Boss, now we have new targets. Check your iDroid for the details. targets are almost history.
Muy bien. Ya, ¿sí? Y acá vamos a continuar ahora más por si acaso. Un helicóptero que también que viene hacia acá. Un verdadero cacho. Yo no tengo nada realmente para eliminarlo. Podrían ser esas cosas rayos. Vamos a ver cómo nos va. Primero que nada. Seguro de esperar.
That's an enemy gunship. Don't try to take down a gunship from the front. You won't win in a head-to-head shootout. Try to get behind it and take it down with missiles.
Bien.
Just one target left.
¿Pero dónde está Guayo? La última. Ups, qué buena. Ponte a uno. No falles. Me acuerdo que esta guay ya plana que está tratando.
Get out of there.
Ahí. Nice. Ya nos podemos ir. Pero bueno, tenemos que salir por acá en realidad. Lo llamamos el helicóptero. Entre que si quedamos por acá ya llevamos el helicóptero, nos vamos a demorar menos así.
That's it. You've made it out of the hot zone. No sign of the enemy. Mission complete, boss.
Muy bien. Yes.
Mission complete, and how? They're gonna tell stories about this one, boss.
Porque somos bacanes. Sí.
Boss, as we suspected, the mastermind behind the kid's escape was Eli. It's hard to believe, but apparently he'd been plotting an armed uprising against us. He could be hiding something else, too. Ocelot's gonna press him for answers. Get back here as quick as you can.
Hora de tortura a Eli.
Where is he?
I told you. Your father's not here.
They're back.
Yes, they're back. But don't get any bright ideas. Your quarters are under full surveillance. Your weapons privileges have been suspended. No more uprisings for you. Did you really think it would be that easy, Commander? You'll get your boys back. Hell, even see the boss, too. But first, I need to know what you sent them to do.
They wanted to leave.
To their homelands.
They wanted to go home. That's all.
So they were just homesick then.
¿Me escuchas ahora?
Not quite. Military warlords, PFs, the armies that murdered their families. Cousins, brothers, parents. They all had someone they wanted to kill. I told them, last chance to face the world with no regrets.
Last chance?
You better be ready for your drag back here. Ready to face the world as enemies.
No!
Muy bien, justo para comentarte la cagada que te ha
I'm not like you! Goodbye, Father. I don't need you anymore.
Was Ralph really an accident? Or did Eli just rig it to stir up the boys? Either way, he had to have been planning for this all along. Bidding farewell to the world.
Se va y con el Metal Gear. Tenemos un nuevo cassette y tenemos nuevos logos o emblemas. Solid, Liquid, Psycho, Solidus, Screaming, Praying. Praying Mantis. Surveillance System. ¿A que no te acordáis de eso? Metal Gear Solid 4. Guns of the Patriots. Y estamos en Mother Base.
Boss, we're looking for the kids in Sahelanthropus, but there's still no sign of them. We don't know if the chopper pilot is alive either. What have we gone and put in the hands of those kids? We don't know how bad this is until we find them. Also, regarding our concerns about Eli, I finished looking into whether or not he's a product of that project. I have an answer. I put it on tape. Give it a listen.
¿Qué era eso?
Boss,
¿Qué es eso?
I've updated the mission
¿A qué
list.
te refieres con eso?
We've received some new job offers. The details are on your iDroid.
This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ. Pequod, on station at LZ.
¿A qué te refieres con
Gaining altitude.
el Project Mantis? Por si te acordabas.
About Eli hijacking Sahelanthropus. We know how he got it moving. It was Emmerich. He used the kids in the staff living quarters to carry out his repairs. We got the details on tape. You're gonna want to hear this.
Emmerich, nuevamente. Haciendo de sus maldades. Julia, bueno, siempre la caga. El Project Mantis Surveillance System era una private force de Liquid, una fuerza privada armada de Liquid. Eso. Ya, acá se nos viene una wea pelúa. Vamos a necesitar a Quiet en su máximo. Su máxima estado. Pam, 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 pam. Acá tiene que ir full, weón. Sí, hardcore. Super hardcore. Esta weá es super peluda. Uniforme de combate y bandana. Ojalá la hagamos a la 10ª. ¿Te acordáis cuando peleamos contra los cráneos y hicimos esa misión como 20 veces? Y yo moría. Y nos salió casi a la primera y yo morí como justo al final. Fue terrible. De ahí no paraba de morir. Ya esto va a ser lo mismo, así que prepárate.
misses their work. We won't be able to send in another chopper for now. Boss, you need to eliminate the skulls. We cannot lose Code Talker.
Snake, talk to me! Snake! Snake!
La segunda es la vencida. Al menos matamos como a uno.
So that misses their work. We won't be able to send in another chopper for now. Boss, you'll need to eliminate the skulls. We cannot lose Code Talker.
Nope, not today.
That mist is clearing. Great work, boss. I'm coming in on another chopper. Get Code Talker to the LZ and wait there.
Fue la segunda, no fue tan terrible.
Arriving shortly at LZ.
No había ningún útil ahí.
This is Pequod. Have arrived at LZ. We'll stand by.
Estuvo re bien. Estuvo re bien. Sin radio.
Get in, boss.
Importante.
Tell stories about this one, boss.
Pau. Me recordaba mucho más difícil esta etapa. Fue relativamente fácil. Sospechosamente fácil. Aún tengo olor a cebolla. ¿Tú? ¿O no te afectó en nada la cebolla? No, por favor, que no me hagan volver.
To stop the epidemic.
Qué suerte. No, yo aún estoy pasado, entre comillas. Esto lo vimos.
What are those legs made of? Titanium?
Sí, esto ya lo vimos. Esto también.
Boss, I've updated the mission list. We've received some new job offers. The details are on your iDroid.
No hemos escuchado los cassettes. Yo creo que tenemos que escuchar los cassettes. Es súper importante escuchar los cassettes. Ah, sí, en el tiempo que tú estuviste afuera ya terminamos todas las plataformas. Todas las plataformas están full operativas. Y comencé a hacer las plataformas de esta base como externa que hicimos. Y en esta estamos llenándola. Y voy a comenzar a hacer estas también. Yo toda la vida se sorprende mi eficiencia. Deberías decir, ah sí, obviamente que me lo esperaba. No me esperaba otra cosa. No debería ser algo que te sorprenda, por así decirlo. Oh no. Uy, sí, por fin. No, todo ridículo. Ya, cassettes. ¿Estáis lista para escuchar? Es muy importante, así que suba el volumen. Vamos a dejar el interrogatorio de Huey para el final y vamos a hacer primero que nada los míos de Ocelot.
You know, when you brought back all the child soldiers who escaped, Eli knew they'd returned. Needless to say, nobody said a word to him.
I guess they got a message to him somehow.
Eli wasn't put in a corner in timeout. He was locked up in that room, completely cut off from the outside world.
Then how'd he find out?
It's only one possibility I can think of. The Soviet Union has been researching military applications for psi phenomena.
Psi?
Things like psychokinesis and ESP, extrasensory perception.
You mean moving objects without touching them? Knowing what card somebody's holding up? Psychic powers? Come on. I thought that was just another bunch of disinformation aimed at the West.
Just bear with me a second. One type of ESP is telepathy. It's the ability to know another person's thoughts through non-verbal means.
You're saying Eli read our minds?
It's the only idea that doesn't involve someone getting to him.
Ocelot.
Look, psi research isn't some hocus pocus. It's all evidence-based, scientific...
There's gotta be another explanation. Maybe one of the kids stuck a note to your back.
I hope that's the case. But I am convinced that they have, or Eli has, a connection to some force we have yet to identify. You better watch yourself, boss.
How am I supposed to do that?
If he is depending on something for help, well, that's his Achilles heel. If you can figure out what that something is, you might be able to use it against him.
I'll keep that in mind.
Oh, and the medical team is looking after the kids left on Mother Base. For the moment, they don't seem too panicked. But boss, get this. Eli got those kids to plot their armed uprising as a diversion. Also, he could steal Sahelanthropus and escape. That brat got us good. Set us up and knocked us down. And then there's that mystery kid who was with Eli. With those two working together, I'd say things won't be over for a long time yet.
Muy similar a lo que nos pasó con... Ay, ¿cómo se llama este ruso? El Peace Walker. El profesor Galvez. Con paz. Orígenes de Skullface y XOF y el objetivo de la venganza de Skullface.
Skullface, real name unknown. Born in Hungary, more specifically northern Transylvania after it reverted to Hungary from Romania. While he was young, the country allied with Germany as part of the Axis powers, but later during the war, it came under Soviet occupation. The Hungarians struggled for independence, but the Soviets came down hard. Just like he said, time and again the country was ruled by a foreign tongue. When he was a young boy, he lost his native language, the bedrock for any developing child. His country, his family, his face, his identity, everything was stolen from him. All he had left was his skull. Skullface first tried his hand at espionage during all the chaos from the war. Agents, military officials, and soldiers who operated out of Hungary during the war vanished over the course of several months. This Soviet spy hunt rocked the counter-intel world. Mysterious fatal illnesses, accidental deaths, drownings, people having strokes behind closed doors. Just like Stalin, no one knew who was behind it. But all you need to do was look for who had the motive. They were all taken out by a man without a face. And now we've got an idea of how he did it too. He'd gotten revenge for his people, but he wasn't finished. Skullface defected to the West, eventually ended up with the SAS. That's where he met Zero. It's possible he began planning this whole thing back then. It's hard to say. In any case, Zero made him his XO. He always did have a thing for oddballs. But this one was set to lead a unit no one else would know about. When Zero created Fox, he also formed XOF as a support team. An unconventional special forces unit designed to support Fox, make it stronger, with Skullface given the orders. Zero never even told the boss about it, nor the CIA, naturally. If Fox was Zero's silver bullet, XOF was the recoil when he pulled the trigger. Just like Newton's third law. While you were with Fox, Skullface was operating behind the scenes. Sometimes as your backup, sometimes as a mole or a scout, sometimes as your cleanup crew. Fox's tail, making sure the mission succeeded and that you survived. We only have his word to go on, but Skullface's goal was revenge against those who'd use language to subjugate people. Those corrupting a people's identity by forcing a new tongue on them. Those using the power of language to control information. Naturally, that set his sights on Zero. To Zero, English was simply the most convenient code. But to Skullface, English was a parasite. And by eradicating it, he'd stop the world from being eaten away. If that didn't work, he was ready to see the world scorched by nuclear fire. To save language, culture, and race from annihilation, he was willing to overstep the hands of the Doomsday Clock. That is, of course, if you believe anything he had to say.
Un loquillo Skullface, como iba diciendo. Solo nos quedan 3 cassettes. Pero la hamburguesa de Kazuhira Miller no es relevante para la historia. Como una historia chistosa, pero no más que eso. Interrogatorio de Huey y el examen de ADN de Eli.
Boss, we've got the results of Eli's genetic tests. We can finally put this worry behind us.
We used the PCR technique and conducted DNA fingerprinting of the copied DNA sequences. Neither is mainstream science yet, but the concepts and procedures are sound. Both tests say there is 0% chance that the two of you are blood relatives, meaning the results are negative. He's not your son, nor is he your clone.
No es su padre.
He's just another person.
It was 12 years ago that Zero made plans to clone you. Eli's age and appearance certainly are a good fit. I admit the first time I saw him I did a double take, but it looks like we were worried for nothing. Eli isn't your clone, though you might still have one somewhere out there.
But if Eli isn't the boss's clone, why does he seem so obsessed with him? Not to mention having one hell of an attitude for his age.
I don't know. Learning the truth about himself, cursing the fact he's a clone, bearing a grudge against selfish adults, and coming to hate who he was cloned from. Big boss. If that were really the case, I could understand it. I might even feel a bit sorry for him. But no clone could have a totally different DNA fingerprint. And the test left no room for error. You yourself were there when we drew Eli's blood sample.
Come to think of it, when we went to OKB-0, he'd snuck onto a chopper and was there.
Yeah.
He was acting strange even then. Or actually from a little before that time.
That was exactly when we began these tests.
Maybe he suspected something when we drew the sample, not knowing what we were doing to him, and becoming mistrustful of us.
Hard to say. Eli's had an attitude problem from day one.
So what is he then?
Well, if he's gonna tell us that himself, we'll need to get him to open up more first.
O sea, no es su clon, no es su hijo, no es nada. Y nos queda la última, el interrogatorio de Huey.
What was your goal in having the children repair Sahelanthropus?
I just answered their questions. I had no idea they would actually try to fix it. I mean, can you imagine a child piloting it?
Oh, sure, easily.
It wouldn't work.
Well, I bet it's just like riding a bike.
I said it didn't work.
Who did you try?
I didn't.
Did you put your son in it?
Ando Carlitos.
We never did that.
His name was, Hal, wasn't it? I thought you said you never saw his face. But you made him pilot Sahelanthropus. You used him in your experiments.
He wanted to get in. It was such a short time we had.
Ese Huey es un loquillo, pero
we were
de la mala clase de loquillo.
You're still happy now. Changing your lies to suit the listener and getting by slipping through the cracks. building layer upon layer of convenient stories until nothing means
Sí, me recuerda a Jerry de
Rick and Morty. You're happy all the time because you don't even notice you're doing it. Think hard. Who are you really? You're not a victim, and you're not the silent majority. You're a perpetrator and a petty hypocrite. The real world doesn't make you suffer. It's the other way around.
No sabe si se quiere hacer el weón o es weón. O solo demasiado mentiroso. Tal vez una mezcla de todas las anteriores. ¡Qué rayos! ¡Qué hostias! Ya pues, no nos queda más que hacer que misiones secundarias. Estamos en esa altura ya. Vamos a ir con D-Walker. Está muy raro, amigo. Me parezco yo. Muy gangoso. Vamos a esta misión no con Snake. Una niña, ¿te parece? Para aquella variedad. Podemos ir como Iva. ¿Te acuerdas de Iva? Tiene el desnudo y esta. ¿Por qué la recuerdas tanto a Ida? Una versión Z. Sí, es importante, pero tal vez te había causado una versión vamos a hacer la primera misión, que es esta: extraer al soldado altamente capacitado.
Driver
al otro lado.
Search mode.
¿Por qué no marca los buenos de ahí? Marcó los buenos de ahí ya. Hay que sacar tratar de llevarte el tiro.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Ok, vamos a noquear. Saca de chucha, vale, weón.
Wil niet, prik niet.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Spit it out.
You gotta extract him.
Don't
Wil niet, prik niet.
search mode. Search mode.
Ahí están los weones. Están pasando re piola. Esta wea está pasando casi. Cuidado.
Move up.
Alsjeblieft.
Muy bien.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
¿Cuáles son las que nos quedan? Nos queda esa y esa. Pero está tan lejos. pero si llego acá llego al tiro. Mucho más rápido. Tamaño de daño. La casita amiga. Ella me vive en sí. Perfecto. Debo admitir que me tuve que sentar o acercar a la pantalla para hacer el favor. Pero la abuela estaba cargada con el
Alles geht verder, das sind wir. Ons is in volle contact met vijanden gemaakt. Alle eenheden bereid worden voor aanval.
Corramos. Porque qué? Estaba concentrando bonito.
That's the target.
¿Qué se hicieron algo, weón?
Search mode.
Dat is CP, begreep. En ik kon niet weg, kom met niet. Blijf wachtzaam. Uit. HK. Dat is CP. Wat heb ik vijand en gebrek aan contact verloren naar het kruisvuur. Vijand kan nog iemand naar mij wegkrijgen. Adverseer wachtzaamheid. Hoor.
Con la buena que acá. Bueno, puta. Puta la wea. Se la pitió y consecuentemente, weón, destacar la mente, weón. Ya, weón. Vayan justo alcancé a pasar con la espada y le instalé la guantilla como volando. Fue muy bien, tío. Hay que hacer acá, elimina el sangre. Eliminemos el helicóptero primero. ¿Cómo está logrando el paso?
That should enable you to sneak past enemies.
Espero que acá debe haber un tanque o algo así. Ahí está.
That's the target.
Ese weón anda re bien. Ese weón no. O ese weón es peligroso. ¿Qué te dije? Esqueleto bueno. Este como ahí viene como todos para acá. Todo el notable. Ninguno me sirve. igual.
He's coming too. Roger that. Extract him.
Nani, ese más. Espera un ese más. Y ese más. Los dos más increíbles.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us. He's coming too. Roger that. Roger.
Espérame.
This is B-Squad. Arriving shortly at LZ. This is B-Squad. On station at LZ. Gaining altitude. Departing.
Contento. ¿Por qué motivo? Tranqui. Tranqui en realidad. No me acuerdo que uno tenía que hacer para sacar las nuevas weas que vienen. ¿Te parece terminarla con esta? Rescatamos este hill Y volvemos a Mother Base y hablamos con Paz porque este one tiene una fotografía. ¿Te parece terminar así el día? Ese equipo es Snake. Muy bien. Vamos. Vamos a sacar el soldado de ambulante de Mother Base. Por ahí está el...
Be careful down there, boss.
Acá lo alcanzamos a ver. ¿Qué me hace el chunto acá?
I remember him. He was off base during the attack 9 years ago.
Estamos a 201 metros.
Bring him home, boss.
¿Por qué pones esa distancia? Ups. No. ¡Pasa! La tercera. Soy un pirata. Y era objetivo móvil. Ya, pero vamos a despertar el juego culiado. ¿Te acordáis la música que había que poner? Es demasiado cool.
Boss? Is that you? 9 years. 9 years I've been
One
waiting
of the
for
guys out on a mission at the time. He's fallen a long way from the glory days. But will he come back to us? Bring him home, boss.
¿Y qué te pareció?
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó?
Boss, we have an emergency. There's been another outbreak of the vocal cord parasites on the base. Several men are dead. It started in the laboratory on the quarantine platform where the radiation leak occurred. I'd only just has deployed the security team. I've sent in a rescue team to help, but they haven't returned. Boss, I need you on this. Come back to Mother Base ASAP.
Ya, mira, vamos a terminar ahora y el fin de semana juntos vamos a esta misión. Sí o sí, porque esta tiene que ser in situ. Así que lo vamos a dejar hasta acá y no se juega más hasta que veamos este tema.
Here we go again. There's been another outbreak in the laboratory, the quarantine platform. We sent a team to investigate and recover the survivors, but they haven't returned.
Vamos a ver el video primero.
Nothing on the radio either.
Y ahí lo paramos.
We got a backup team ready to go. Just give the order and
I'll go alone.
Ahí vas a saber.
Boss, what are you... There's no need for that.
We can't afford to lose anyone else.
We have no idea what's going on
Exactly. Anyone still alive's at their breaking point. Last thing we need is another unit storming in. No telling how they'd react.
Demasiado importante.
Fine. First off, check how much the infection has spread. Rescue comes next, after we know the situation. When you're ready to move, just use the iDroid.
Continuará. Se puso 4. Entonces lo dejamos hasta acá.
We have no idea why the parasite has showed up again. I thought we took care of it. We need more information. Find out what's going on, boss. Select the mission on your iDroid.
Ya, entonces creo que voy más bien. Buenas noches y nuestro momento del día. Vimos muchas cosas interesantes. Ojalá mañana va a decir está mejor, si no voy a la audiencia y me vuelvo de una. Ya, un beso enorme, Rose, te veo muy bien. Un apapacho enorme para ti.